Hey there, and welcome. So today, we're going to dive into something I think a lot of us can relate to, the psychology of private tears. We're talking about why some of us are absolute pros at holding it all together in public, only to completely fall apart the second we're alone. Let's get right into it. So let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You get through a really tough conversation, a super stressful day at work, or maybe you get some heavy news, and you don't shed a single tear. You're strong. But then, the moment you close your front door or step into the shower, it's like a dam breaks. If that's you, then stick around, because this is going to make you feel so understood. All right, let's start with this persona that so many of us build. We're calling it the silent fortress. You know, that carefully constructed exterior that just screams, "I'm okay," even when you're, well, really not.
To the rest of the world, you are the picture of calm and collected. You're the one cracking a joke to lighten the mood, you're offering that reassuring smile. You've basically mastered the art of looking perfectly fine.
And you know, it's not just for show. You really are the rock for so many people in your life. You listen to their problems, you offer amazing support, and you're the first person there when they need a shoulder to cry on. But here's the flip side, right? When the tables are turned, when it's your turn to feel hurt or sad, you just can't bring yourself to share it. You tell yourself, "Oh, I don't want to be a burden," or "I'm just being dramatic." And so you lock it all away, safe and sound inside that fortress.
So where does a habit like this even come from? I mean, you're not born with it. It's a learned behavior, an emotional survival skill that usually has its roots way back in our past.
Okay, this is so fascinating because here's how that conditioning works. It often kicks off in childhood. Maybe when you cried, you were told to toughen up or were made to feel silly. So your little nervous system logs that experience and learns a really important lesson. Hey, showing emotion? Not safe. It gets me rejected. And so to protect you, your brain starts building that fortress, one brick at a time. And this isn't just some childhood thing you grow out of. No way. This gets wired into your brain so deeply that it becomes your default setting. So even now, as an adult, maybe surrounded by people who are kind and understanding, that old instinct to just hide your feelings kicks right in. It's a habit that is incredibly hard to break. Now, here's the big twist. This tendency to hide what you're feeling, it isn't about a lack of feeling. In fact, it's almost always the exact opposite. People who cry in private often feel things way more intensely than anyone around them seems to. This often comes back to something called a highly sensitive nervous system. Think of it like this. Your brain's internal hardware is just more finely tuned than most. It's like a super sensor, picking up on all the little subtleties and processing everything, emotions, sounds, sights, with this incredible depth. I love this comparison because it just nails it. It's like you're experiencing life in 8K Ultra HD, while a lot of other people are watching in standard definition. You're not just hearing a conversation. You're analyzing the tone, the body language, the words left unsaid. And later, you're replaying it, overthinking every little detail, while the other person, they've probably already forgotten it happened. And that is exactly why showing that raw, 8K emotion to someone who's in standard def feels so risky. You've probably been told you're too sensitive or that you're overreacting your entire life. So crying alone becomes your sanctuary. It's the one place where you don't have to defend how deeply you feel things. This brings us to what I think is the most powerful idea in this whole explainer. Crying alone isn't a flaw, it's not a weakness, it's a deeply ingrained biological function. Let's actually look at the science here. Just let that sink in for a second. Your private tears are not a delayed weakness, they are delayed safety. It's not about being weak later, it's about finally feeling safe enough to let go.
Think about it from your body's perspective. During a stressful situation, your nervous system goes into fight or flight mode. It's pumping you full of adrenaline to keep you sharp and strong. It's only when the perceived danger is gone, when you're behind that locked door and truly alone, that your body can switch over to rest and digest mode. That's when it finally gives you permission to process everything you just went through.
And that release, it's incredibly good for you. It's literally biological maintenance. When you cry, you are flushing stress hormones like cortisol right out of your system. At the exact same time, your brain is releasing endorphins, which are natural painkillers. It is your body's built-in way of hitting the reset button on a totally overloaded nervous system. How cool is that? Now, this whole way of being creates this really fascinating paradox in your personality. On one hand, it gives you a profound gift, but on the other, it comes with a pretty heavy cost.
So here's the deal. The gift is this incredible, deep empathy. Because you feel so much, you are amazing at noticing when someone else is struggling. You listen with such genuine care. But the curse is a profound sense of loneliness. Because while you're busy seeing everyone else, you feel completely invisible. You're there for them, but you stay guarded. And that can feel so isolating.
And really, this is the heart of it all. Your greatest gift, your empathy, is actually born from your deepest pain. You give others the kindness and the attention that you so rarely feel yourself. You work so hard to make sure nobody else has to feel as unseen as you sometimes do. So if any of it, has resonated with you, I really want you to hear this message loud and clear. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are not weak for feeling things so deeply, and you are not broken for needing privacy to process those feelings. You are a deeply feeling human, just trying to navigate a world that isn't always built for your level of sensitivity. So let's end on this. Just remember, your private tears are not weakness. They are delayed safety. Curious how all that empathy actually works inside your brain? Well, that's the science of mirror neurons. And if you're a deep feeler who loves self-understanding, you should definitely subscribe for more. Thanks so much for being here.